1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor.
I'm only soft when I like somebody. The rest of y'all get this gangster shit, bitch.
New Year is like getting ready for the Olympics. Okay? You can't do laundry or you can't wash no dishes because then you're going to wash somebody out of your family. You got to make sure your house is clean from top to bottom, scrub everything, get rid of all of your clutter, all of the junk. Just your house need to be empty. Okay? Or you're going to have bad luck. You need to eat some black-eyed peas and you have to eat a green vegetable so you can bring in money and so you can bring in good luck. And you got to blow cinnamon out your front door. And the first man that walks into your house in the new year has to have money in his pocket or y'all gonna be broke. Who made up this stuff? Get me out of here.
Can't even enjoy New Year's for real because I'm too busy doing the tradition. Bitch, I done cleaned the baseboards of the wall, washed all the laundry, went to the bank, took money out, cooked collard greens, black-eyed peas. I'm tired.
January 2nd, second day in 2025, and we already have 2 mass casualties. The first one was New Year's Eve in New Orleans, where we obviously know a terrorist drove into a crowd of people, injuring and taking the lives of many. He himself was taken out in exchange of fire with police officers. Several hours later, we had a Tesla truck blow up, not on its own. They stated that there were things inside the Tesla truck, and the actual make of the Tesla truck stopped the explosion from being worse than what it would have been in front of a Trump Tower in Las Vegas. A few hours after that, we have a mass shooting.
Okay, all right. So it seems like it's a lot going on with everybody. Again, societal pressures that's causing us to judge ourselves and misplace our own power. I'm just get into it.
Everything We Know Is a Lie, part 10,302. The real New Year's isn't January 1st. It is actually, allegedly, TikTok, an energy harvesting and a celebration that pays homage to the ancient Roman god Janus. Janus is the god of gates, beginnings and ending, transitions and time. Just think about it. Thousands upon thousands of people fled to New York City in Times Square to watch this ball drop. And millions of people around America are celebrating this New Year. On said New Year, they are using their energy to make New Year's resolutions. Y'all know that biblically, we are supposed to have discipline every single day. And that lack of discipline is exactly why our resolutions usually last about 3 business days. We still have a fupa and we still munch on snacks in the middle of the night scrolling TikTok until 5 in the morning. Am I right? Okay. With that being said, energy is literally being harvested all around America for this day that literally actually isn't even the first day of the year. Just think about it. Nature literally tells us, why would the first day of the year not be in spring when everything is made new, but would rather be in winter when everything is cold and dead? And don't y'all find it funny that Janus has one head looking in the past and one head looking in the future? And when the ball drops, the fireworks go up and the ball goes down. And also, not for nothing, isn't Janus the god, quote unquote, of gates? Didn't the Pope just open up a door or portal or gate that people believe directly links to the spiritual realm? If y'all want me to get into that, I can definitely make a video on it because it's crazy. I'm starting to understand why the Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate all these holidays, because it's literally rooted in things that are not of God. Not to mention, I'm just now finding out that there's supposed to be 13 months, not 12. And just to bring in a touch of conspiracy into this is all alleged TikTok, it's satire, it's a hoax, none of this is true. What about all the spikes in unalivings and car crashes and drunkenness that happens on New Year's Day? On top of them harvesting our energy, so many people are actually creating bridges between the spiritual realm and our realm by not being of sober mind and getting completely wasted and making the worst decisions of their life on this day. Y'all, we have got to open our eyes. In 2025, I'm questioning everything.
Welcome forward to another video. As you can see that we're talking about the New Year's ritual, and I'm starting to notice that there is some spiritual hoodoo New Year's rituals going around on TikTok as well. So how many of y'all cooked on New Year's Eve? Cooked black-eyed peas and collard greens? Did you clean your doorways? Blow cinnamon? You sweep the house? Make sure all of your clothes are clean? Burn a money candle? Eat 12 grapes underneath the table? Run with your suitcase out the front door? So we're not gonna talk about the fact that ain't no owl. We're not gonna talk about the fact that you was cleaning off your altar and washing your clothes on the same day, and you. I was about to get to that because I. No. No, I don't want to hear that, because you were sitting over here cleaning off your altar and making sure your clothes washed and paying attention to the time. What is the need to clock? Feeling, didn't you? I was getting to it. Oh, really? Was you? Because I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to make sure, because I'm the one who had to step in and make sure that we not operating out of desperation. Okay, get out of here. Get out of here. It looks like you was paying attention too much to the time. What happened? My bad, y'all. That was HK. She likes to come out sometimes. Oh, I'm gonna go, but we're gonna clock. Okay. My bad, y'all. That was HK. Apparently she is going to be speaking a lot more this moving forward. I'm rent free. Okay, so like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, I was starting to get an uneasy feeling around that time, and I feel like it's really because I'm picking up on the ritual that's taking place in America. When I was noticing that I was starting to like pay attention to the time, and it's because I was seeing like so many, like, no offense to anybody who does that, like y'all already know, like we love over here, we accepting no judgment of any kind over here. So I was seeing a lot of spiritualists on TikTok talking about the things you can do spiritually for yourself, like sweep the house from the back to the front, blow cinnamon in your door. It was like a lot of different stuff that I was seeing. It's like so many people who like showing videos of them cleaning up and showing their New Year's resolutions and all types of stuff, and I'm just like, it's kind of like a program, like if you don't get to it, you're gonna have bad luck type shit. And I'm like, why? Like, Kiya, you already know that the new year is in March or April. But I did catch myself and I said, I'm not operating in no form of desperation. I am fully in control of my reality and the things I attract. So I don't need to make offerings or do rituals to a pagan god named Janus. Like, I don't have to do that. I am the operator of my reality. I am the creator of where I am. Nothing has power over me to tell me what or how the rest of my year is going to go but me.
I can pop that champagne, blow those noisemakers, make them collard greens, them black eyed peas, and even bake that cornbread as a symbol of gold for January 1st. When it come to me, do not Happy New Year's me, because I am not nobody's fool. Notice I said me, because I'm not telling y'all what to celebrate. But for those of y'all who want me to explain it, I definitely will. This was actually one of the first videos that made me viral on my previous page. I got a lot more to say since then. Now, symbolically, winter represents stillness in the absence of light, so it's time to recharge, also preparing for what's to come. But they flipped the script on us. They told us to set resolutions during this time, start fresh and make a big change, which is wrong. It's like trying to plant seeds in frozen soil. That's not gonna work. Got us out here running on empty, disconnected from the natural cycles of the earth. But when you think logically, you see just how much it makes sense that the spring equinox is actually the real new year. That's when everything starts blooming again. That's the real rebirth. That's when the sun crosses the equator and the days and nights are balanced. But instead of honoring that, they slapped the new year in January, the coldest, deadest month. A lot of people don't realize this is to keep us out of sync and out of our true power. Let's talk about the calendar, because y'all know the calendar is supposed to have 13 months. We talked about this in my video where I talked about the 13th sign, which is Ophiuchus. Every month technically should be 28 days, just like the cycle of the moon. There'd be no extra days to throw us off, no uneven months, no leap year to fix their broken system, because y'all do know that's the whole point of a leap year, right? Before any calendar came about, the way we measured time was through cycle, planetary alignment. But later down the line, they invented calendars. Okay, fine and cool. Calendars should still follow the natural cycles of the earth. Technically, with this logic, every month would have 4 weeks. There would be no need to guess whether there's 4 weeks or 5 weeks in any given month. Nah, they give us this 12-month mess and give us 4.257 weeks per month. Literally chaos disguised as order. Moon cycles every 28 days, so why aren't we going along with that order? Just how women are synced to the moon with the 28-day cycle, calendar should be following the same thing. You in alignment, you in power, but when you disconnect it, you easier to control. It's literally that simple. That's why they did what they did, allegedly. You out of sync with nature, you out of sync with your intuition and your rhythm. Not only that, it throws your whole energy off. Let me just say this, I know a lot of people talk a lot about global warming. I don't believe in it. The planet is literally just returning back to its natural state. Older carvings in the wall do not show people with coats and shit on. That should let you know right there was no winter. Not natural. How many of y'all body ache in the cold? So yeah, for me, I'm not celebrating the new year during death and stillness. I'm celebrating when nature tells us to. When the flowers bloom again. When the sun warms my skin. When life returns. That's the real glow up season, and they not taking it from me. But come April 1st, there's gonna be plenty of fools, but it won't be me. They don't want us to move in harmony with nature. They want us stuck in this chaotic system.
And I know there's a lot of people who don't celebrate at all, which is cool too. Either way it goes, you should want to know the rhythm that your body should be following. Funny thing is, they always get sloppy. They didn't think we was going to pick up on the fact that September should actually be the 7th month and not the 9th. October should actually be the 8th month because it's October, octo. Last I checked, octagon, that was 8 sides. So yeah, that should be the 8th month. November, 9th month. And I know y'all know what des mean, like decimal, 10. Right there, you can tell something is off. It don't take no rocket science. We really should just learn to leave shit alone for real. Be over here minding our business. Here they go tampering with shit. 13-month calendar float like clockwork. From what I was told, the Ethiopian calendar is probably the most accurate. Y'all get in the comments and let me know. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
I want to say thank you to her for giving that message, because that was definitely needed, and that's why I shared it. I want to make sure that everybody has a clear understanding that if you feeling bad, or if you feel like you're not caught up to all of the things that you wanted to do before the quote unquote year is over, the year is not over yet. So you don't have nothing to worry about. This is the time for reset. This is the time for you to catch up on yourself, catch up on your internal world. The sun, if the earth is going through its own cycles, you have to know that you're going through your own cycles. And for you to, in the time where you're supposed to be in a state of reflection, cleansing, changes, and you running around the house trying to rush to get everything done before the clock strikes 12, like, first of all, you're operating out of desperation. You're basically giving something power over you and determining whether or not you're going to have a good rest of the year. And y'all need to realize that there are agents out here who are pretending to be spiritual to keep us still indoctrinated in the programming of the Matrix. So think about daylight savings. When they changed the time on around November 3rd, my sleep pattern has not been the same. And I really was like trying to get back on track with my schedule and trying to get up at a certain time, but my body just was not having it. And it's like I was trying to force myself to work at the same cycle that I was working at, but I gotta realize that it's a different season, and I can't sit here and force myself to continue consistently staying the same way in a different season. This is the season of change. This is a season of stillness, meditation, getting into yourself and healing and cleansing and doing everything that you need to do. That's what a season is for. It's not a specific day that you have to do all of this certain stuff and get everything done on this. No, work on your own time. This is your life. This is your reality. You are the creator. Nothing outside of you has power over you, so don't give it the power. I was trying to push and wake up early, and it just wasn't working. And at that moment, I just accepted that, okay, my body is at a stage of rest. And if I'm not getting up at my certain scheduled time, I will adjust and make sure that I'm feeling comfortable energetically and physically for myself. Even with the daylight savings, like, they make sure that it's happening around that time as well, around the end of the season and the new year. So you still feel tired, you still feel out of whack, and you're trying to like make petitions and do all of these rituals and make sure that you are a new person in this time of you supposed to be reflecting and healing. And really, this is the time where you do your cleaning, like you get to your bathrooms and underneath your sinks, and this is the time. But it's not, oh, you have to have it finished on one day. Like, that's a rushing. It's like we living it's like they're trying to make us constantly live in a state of rush. So think about it like this. Your sleep pattern is off. You already tired, and you've been forcing yourself to get up at a certain time that they made so your body can be out of tune and out of cycle with the seasons. You're celebrating a new year when everything is in a state of stillness and healing. This is hermit hibernation mode, and you trying to manifest and say you're a new person and do all of these money rituals and do, like, what? It's not a time for that, and you're judging yourself too much. This is too much judgment when it comes down to you and your season of regrowth. How are you going to tell the sun and tell the earth not to take its time with its own healing and reprocessing everything that has happened? The sun, nor does nature have one specific day where it's going to just blossom and just become a new person and a new earth. And it's like, what? That's not, we're out of sync with the balance. We're out of sync with the cycles of nature of this earth. And that's the thing. We're tuned into their programming and not tuned in with the natural states of ourselves. Okay, notice how women are in tune with the cycles of the moon. When you push and you strive and you trying to squeeze yourself in the molds of masculine energy, and that's what things, aka the solar cycle. Exactly. You ain't never lied. You fracture the deepest parts of your natural state of being, because the modern world celebrates intensity, endurance, but as a women, we born with cycles and seasons. That's all I'm saying. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm not done talking. We in a state of healing. Healing isn't about pushing through. It's about returning home to the pace of your own spirit. Trusting, living in harmony with the rhythms of nature and your body. They out of harmony with the rhythms of nature and their body. Causing you to not be in cycle with yourself, but in cycle with the matrix. And that's all I'm saying, because I'm like, this is a whole freaking ritual that's being taken place. It's like we don't live in cycles. It's like they trying to make us exist in a straight line. And when you're constantly existing in a straight line and you're not giving yourself time to reset, to cleanse, to have that winter season, you're just constantly always forcing yourself all the time. And that's literally the reason why. Look, peep how she said that Janice looks to the past and he looks to the future, and you got to make offerings in that January and do that ritual. Exactly. That's exactly what Wait a minute now. I'm talking. Hold on. Give me a second. Because if you look into the past and you look into the future, you're never looking in the present moment, and you always somewhere else. In the Matrix. It's all cut, bro.
Was introduced in 1582 by Pope Gregory VIII. It replaced the Julian calendar, which had been around since the Roman Empire. Now you see, the problem was that the Julian calendar didn't accurately align with the solar year. It was off about 11 minutes each year, which may not seem like a lot, but over centuries, those minutes really added up, causing the spring equinox to drift earlier and earlier. By the time Gregory had made the switch, the equinox had shifted by about 10 days. So his solution was to adjust the calendar to realign it to the equinox, and adding rules like leap years in order to keep things on track. But here's what we don't talk about enough. The Gregorian calendar doesn't align with nature's cycles. The moon, which was the timekeeper for ancient civilizations, follows a 28-day rhythm, the same average length as a woman's menstrual cycle. This connection was more than coincidence. It was sacred. Women were the original timekeepers. Our bodies mirrored the cycles of the moon, and in societies where women lived and worked closely together, those cycles would often sync up, creating a communal rhythm that shaped how time was marked. This wasn't just about tracking days, it was about holding power. When you control time, you control structure, and that terrified the patriarchy. The idea that women's natural rhythms could dictate life cycles were a direct threat to systems built on male dominance. So instead, they gave us a solar calendar, disconnected from the rhythms of nature and the intrinsic power women held. And then there's this so-called New Year. When you look around, it's easy to see that everything is still dormant, resting. Nature itself is in a state of renewal. This isn't a time for beginnings. It's a time for endings, and of reflecting on what is past and preparing for what's to come. Even in magical traditions, we see this. Many witches celebrate Samhain as the new year. It's a time to plant intentions and let them rest, grow, and take root in the dark months, so that by spring, the real new year, those seeds are ready to bloom. So if you're feeling a little out of sync with the whole new year, new me energy, that's okay. January, with its quiet and reflective energy, is perfect for rest and renewal. Set your goals when it feels natural to you, not just because the calendar says so. Nature's rhythms remind us that there's a season for everything. This just happens to be the season for patience and planning. But even knowing all this, it's hard not to get wrapped up into the energy of this time, isn't it? With so much of the population focusing their thoughts and intentions on new beginnings, it's no surprise that you might feel that spark too. Collective energy is powerful, and there's magic in tapping into that. So if you didn't set intentions during Samhain, no big deal. You can absolutely set them now. Just know that this time of year isn't about instant results. It's about tending to those intentions with care. Think of it like planting seeds in the rich soil of winter. They need dreaming, reflecting, and nurturing before they're ready to bloom. Blessed be.
So I want y'all to feel relaxed. Do not be trying to stress yourself out, trying to make these abrupt changes and just do all of this extraness and commitments to yourself that you're not ready for at this time. Like this, you know what time of season this is, okay? If you really want to be in sync with yourself, get in sync with your body, get in sync with nature, because it's always going to tell you what season it is, what is the feeling of everything. So all I'm saying is, I'm not sitting here trying to do no New Year's resolution. I'm not trying to do no New Year's rituals and no candles or nothing. I'm sitting over here in observation of myself. I'm observing myself. I'm cleaning. I'm doing my own thing, and I'm working on my own time, because this is my reality. This is my universe. This is what I created, and I am the creator and the sovereign being in my own self. Nothing outside of me has control over me. I am in my own power. Okay? I work on my time. I work on my mother's time. I work on nature. I work on the planet. I am in the harmony of the planet. I am no longer putting my energy into places that has no alignment with the natural order. Now, is there anything else that you want to say before we get off of this video? All I want to say is that we got to get out of this matrix. I need everybody to get out. Okay, it's time. We got to really focus in on taking back our mind. Okay? Y'all? All right, that's enough. That's enough. I wasn't even done. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for just riding along with me in this journey. And I just want y'all to be at ease. I want y'all to really just feel yourself fully and just no judgment, and really take care of your internal world. And that's what we're in right now, taking care of our internal world. I love y'all so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Take it easy, work on your time, line up with the cycle of your body, line up with the cycle of nature, and everything will be what it will be. I'll see y'all in the next video.
I'm only soft when I like somebody. The rest of y'all get this gangster shit, bitch.